Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and I have been busy, not just looking down at the city of Neuve Revergrad, but watching my money once again go down. We have got a problem. I have it paused for a minute just so I could go around real quick and show you what's been going on. We've actually been doing pretty well over here. We still have supplies and we're building some stuff. I think, did we get the electrical? No, he's still working on electrifying this track, but he's well on his way. And we've gotten a little bit more rail done down here, but we ran out of gravel up here. So you can see we've got like a little bitumen, backup. We just have like more backups around here. And mostly it's because eventually we just sort of stopped all of the trains here, right? And then that really kind of, look, it's caused this whole jam up. And I've just sort of shut my eyes to the whole thing and kept plowing away at getting this done. So let's start time up again. And this guy should get done here. And that means that I can cancel him because I don't want him coming back on the same track, right? But there's this guy's just heading back right now, and I can't cancel his job, right? So these guys have to kind of get back on their own. But the good news is we have this crisscross done. So now what I want to do, I want to pause it for half a second again, just to make sure he doesn't finish and mess me all up. I'm hoping that I can, we want to chain signal one way in, right? And then a regular signal. Thank you, game save right when I was going to click. There we go. So we have a chain signal coming in and a one, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. It's a little far away, but it's fine. It should work out. So this means that if we want to, we can get them both in here working. And more importantly, when they go to work, they'll come in on the right tracks, right? So now this guy is going to we're going to have to sign another job down here. Oh, let's start time up again. Where is it? Right here. They should only have one. Yep. And he's out there working, so that's good. And so what I want to do is get him to, oh, no, you know what? He's going to come back on the wrong track now. I don't know which track he would really come back on, but I can't assign this until he gets done, right? I might as well let him finish because he's pretty much empty now. Now, if anybody knows, why am I only getting 12.9 tons of gravel in here? Is it like I've taken advice in saying that I'm not going to get all the boards and bricks in there because then they'll get more other stuff, but then now my gravel's low, and I'm kind of curious that if I were to put boards and lumber in here, would it then give me more gravel? I'm wondering if it's some kind of limit, but you wouldn't think that the aggregate storage would be tied to this. So I think one of the experiments we may do pretty shortly here is to see that. Yeah, so see, I need to finish. I deliberately didn't finish this track electrification here. Boy, that was a tough word. I think I got it right. Electrification. So I don't want to send him until he gets all the way back there. Does that make sense? So as a matter of fact, you know what? I can cancel him. It's a little cheaty, and then I can assign this guy or a guy to come in there. And then he'll go out the wrong way, but he'll come back the right way, right? So that means I could probably assign another task someplace. I don't think it really matters. As long as this other guy goes out second, they should be coming in here. Let's just do this one, because why not assign it, right? So let's go, just as part of our experiment, now that we've talked about it, and we're going to be down here for just a few more minutes until we can go around and make sure everybody else gets straightened out. Let's get 2 more open hauls. And there. Right. And let's open them up. Now, one of these guys, I want to go get lumber, and the other one I want to go get bricks. So you can get some lumber, just so I know which, lumber. Yeah, don't unclick the last one because then then you end up with a mess. All right, so let's get this guy to get bricks. Like it ends up, not a mess, but it ends up re-putting them all in there if you uncheck them all. All right, we don't want you to wait, and then we want you to come here and unload. I might as well tell you. And you can start. Now we have it reduced, right? So I'll show you in a minute. And then you come here and unload your lumber. Start. Good. So they should be going in a minute. What I did was I reduced the percentage. So if you notice, these guys are only going to put in 16%, but I'm wondering if that doesn't raise my gravel level at least a little bit. So hopefully, maybe this is, you need to kind of balance it, I'm hoping. It's the only thing I can think of as to why that's low, but we'll see what happens in a minute. Let's just shrink this guy down because we kind of need him open anyway. And where is our train? So as soon as this gets freed up, where is he? There he is. Dun, dun, dun. Now he's going the other way. There must be hopefully somebody in front of him. There he is. Good. So if we can get, yeah, see, he's all the way up to here. Good. So the other guy, now we should be able to get in and out of here, and we could change all our signaling at some point. Once this guy gets out here and gets to work, hopefully we have to make sure he gets all of this done, right? He should be able to. They're usually pretty good about going a pretty good distance when it comes to the electrical. So while we're waiting, I had an excellent suggestion from Radomir the other day. Instead of calling this Cattle Town, he suggested that we call it Moscow, and it made me laugh. So yes, but I want to make sure that we don't confuse it with Moose Cow, right? Like, which would be like a Canadian name. So we'll call it Moose Cow, right? How's that sound? I like it. Anyway, thank you very much, Radomir. That's funny. So let's see. Are we getting there? Yes. What else is on the list of things to talk about? Firehouses. That's another thing that's been a topic of conversation about, and my experiences are a little bit different than Craig's, and John was asking a question about them, and I think I'm going to put it on the list for the testing. The only firehouse that I have more than one fire truck is here, and that's where I learned my lesson that it didn't seem to do any good, right? Because I think like the coal plant or one of these bigger buildings caught on fire, and I was really struggling to get it put out, but then like the second truck never went over there kind of thing, if I'm remembering correctly. And then, I kind of learned that it really has to do with the number of firefighters that you're in here. Now let's just, take a look. Let me go find another firehouse. No, that's a ladder truck. Yeah, no, okay, this one has 2 as well. Yeah, it was at some point I kind of learned, well, wait a minute, this doesn't seem to be doing that much good. I know I have one here. Oh, look at that. When you have 2 trucks, you can put more people in there. Okay, so even if only one truck goes over there, the 2 trucks does good. Now, the other thing to say is, and maybe it doesn't make any practical difference, realizing now that there's 2 people there, or more firefighters are able to join. Say we can only get 5 in here because we only have a little small truck. That makes sense. Now, like not too long ago, this building, the rail construction, caught on fire. And when it caught on fire, like both of these, there was 2 trucks that were sent there, one from each station. Now, I don't think it sends 2 just for like probably graphics reasons, right? From like one station. But I think you get a better firefighting capability. So the way to max out the most firefighting capability seems like it would be to, have 2 firehouses with 4 trucks, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, that would be kind of what you assumed, right? How are these guys doing? Good, they still have 2 jobs. So anyway, yeah, so it seems like, more fire trucks means more firefighters. I have not had many buildings burned down if there was a firehouse there, but I think if you're a distance away from a big building, like it is easier to put out a smaller building, I've kind of noticed. And like I said, maybe we'll do a little bit of a test, like one of my Thursday afternoon tests on that. So there we go. I thought I'd just to mention it. There we go. So we're out here working. You know what I'm going to do for a second since I'm standing right here? Let's get rid of that signal for him. Once he's past it, we can put it right back up. This is another thing I've noticed. Notice how I have chain signal selected. I don't know if you guys probably can't read it, but I definitely have that selected, and it put down a regular signal. Right? If I click it again, it puts down a chain double signal. So it's kind of weird the way it. I've noticed that a few times. It doesn't always do it. I'm a little confused by it, but that's not that exciting. All right, so let's see. Now we're grinding. This is another problem. I tried to keep these guys separated. Now they're kind of separated now, but it really depends on like who runs out of fuel. You know, like, because even if you have like no traffic, so I think we're gonna have a problem with our bakeries because, you know, as buses run out of fuel, it changes their timing. So there's a decent chance that we may end up with a rail system, or we'll build houses, where is it, closer to our bakeries over here. But I was kind of looking, it's a little bit tight to get a rail system in here. I guess I could possibly, you know, do it somewhere along here, but I'd have to take out more of this hill right there. So, but we'll see. Hopefully the busing works. It's as much an experiment as it is anything else. So, good. So there we go. All right, let's head back here, see how we're doing so we can clear up our darn mess. And by the way, this, yeah, there we go. Is he done? Yes. So train should, oh, no, I'm on the wrong. There we go. The floodgate should open in a moment. And we got this signaled, so this guy should head back on the correct track so he won't, you know, be jamming anybody up. Please get it done. Don't go all the way back. Let's click on here. Now, one thing you can do if you feel a little bit taking advantage of game, I call it cheaty. Please forgive me. There we go. I think we're going to get it done. Yep, good. We got it done. Now that should free. Yep, here comes this guy. So we'll just give it a few minutes and hopefully it should just straighten itself out, I'm hoping, with the big kind of mess that we have. And then let's see, did we get rail construction? Did we get wood over here yet? Oh, that's a... There we go. Yeah, no, we're still just getting that little amount of gravel. I don't really understand why. I mean, I don't mind having a few bricks and boards in there. I don't think it's going to hurt. But then, you know what? No, get out of there where I can click on you. There we go. You know, I don't want you to go here. I want you to go... Why don't you go here? Unload your boards and then wait. Delete that one. Yeah. And then the other guy, where's the other guy? Bricks. Yeah, you can go to the rail office because that other one's full. And then you could just sit there and wait. Now, there should be an open slot for the buses to go in. So with adding one of these to a rail construction, it works out kind of nice because you can get like 4 of these vehicles in here. The gravel's being conveyed in, and then you need 2 more vehicles, right? So that leaves like one, there's 3 spaces here. So it leaves like 1 extra space to get the buses in and out. So the bricks should be able to sit there or vice versa. Doesn't matter which one sits where, but yeah, so I'm kind of curious why we don't have more gravel. Now, does this guy have 2 jobs? No. So you really could, couldn't you? Yeah, let's, well, just to cause, like, even less conflicts, let's, after all that work, I think I'll just send him in over here so that he can start working from this end and the other guy can work from this end. Sound fair? And I put a bunch of little signals in there between the episodes. Nothing dramatic. Now, if this is working, yeah, where is our? Oh, what are we doing here? Why do you have a red signal? I've noticed a few times, I think they've been working on the signals. Why is, oh no, you didn't, did you run through a red? I don't know why you would have had a red. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh well, whatever. Oh, well, here, you know what? Let's get the signaling straightened out. I think we should be in good shape. So let's go around, and you're going to be a one-way this way. Right? And then, yep, one way that way. Yeah, let's start down this end. Yep, chain in. Oh, yeah, we're going to treat these as a big one for now. Chain in. Regular out. Right? Little electrification signs. Yeah, chain, that should be good. These should probably be chain. Just to make sure he has, like, so they don't meet in the crisscross. And then, yep, that's done. These non-electrification signals are kind of making it hard to see, aren't they? Yes, we want regular this way. There we go. Since we have the regular, yeah, that one never changed. There we go. All right, what do we have here? Good. Well, we got a lot of signals on one little track, that's for sure. All right, go on. Yeah, and you're just kind of a, I don't know if you're doing more harm than good, but you can be two-way. Well, you really don't need to be. Now let's switch you. Yeah, no, they should be coming in and out of here the right way. If they, sometimes they get dumb and they go out the wrong way, if that makes sense, but hopefully they won't. You know, one of the things that's happened to me over time is that I make certain assumptions based on the way it was, and then they go and improve things, and then I don't realize that it's improved. All right, so there we go. So this guy dropped off. Very good. Yeah, we don't have a... Yeah, let's see. Let me just look at the signaling here. It's a little bit goofier because we have this loop-de-loo here. And this should be a one-way. Now, I guess we're not doing that because if there's a train gets in here, then it messes up that. Yeah, there's sort of a little bit too much going on right in this one area, but we're going to straighten that out one of these days. Yeah, I think this is fine. Now, you know what? This should really kind of be a... I think I'd rather have this be a chain signal in and out. Oh, no, but then it might turn red when there's like one train in there. I don't know. Let's just put it regular signal. All right, let's see. Are we flowing again? Yep, this guy's flowing. Yep, we got this whole thing cleared up here. This worked amazingly well. Now this guy stopped. Why are you... Oh, you two are head to head. So you were just doing your darndest to... How'd you even get down there? Like, oh, because you went to the fuel thing, huh? Well, let's see. Can you figure out getting past the fuel thing? Yeah, sometimes they get pretty inventive when the tracks are blocked, and then they start going... They start going wherever they want. Good. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Go. Go. All right. I think he's going. He should be able to come up and loop around. Now, why are you question marked? Where do you want to go? You want to go to Brzezinsk North. Why would you? Oh, that's right. You know what? We're going to get rid of this. And then let's send them to here. Now, are you... Yeah, because what he was doing was he was going to come to here and empty this out, but look, that's empty. That's another topic of conversation. So this guy... Yeah, why aren't you waiting? Go, because you're full. Yeah, so the problem is now he's just driving back and forth because he's completely full. But somebody else, I think, is exporting some lumber, aren't they? Now we'll see. Now, why are you going that way? Were you... I don't know. Whatever. Just, you're moving. I'm happy with that. Good enough. All right, so that seems to be straightening itself out. Now, the other big thing we need is over here. Why are we all waiting here? Like, what are you trying to do? Yeah, now what are you trying to do? You're trying to go to the, I mean, why do we, oh, because you're trying to do construction. You know what, so I see. They're trying to do construction on stuff, and this guy is in the way because he's just waiting to unload bitumen, which is fine for him to normally do, but we'll have to keep an eye on that until our construction gets done, right? Yeah. So in other words, because this guy's dropping off bitumen, he's clogging up all these construction trucks, which is really just as well because, you know, they're just, I think they're coming from here, which is just auto searching for stuff, you know, like to go drop off steel and whatnot, which is fine, but I'm glad I kind of had that steel like for these guys. So we're getting there. They won't do this. I really wish they would. I'm not sure why. No workers or mechanism. I think they're just like, I gave them too much to do. And only because that's like the last little bit right here. So we're not quite really ready. Let's take a look. Yeah, see this guy is waiting for gravel. So to get some gravel in, good. Yeah, the gravel train came by here. Wonderful. Now look, this guy is only storing 22 of gravel. So let's see if we get rid of some of these bricks. Yeah, you know, we don't, let's just get rid of like bricks. Yeah, look at that. But it only went up to 15. There we go. Good, so now we're getting the right number of prefab panels in there, but then why did our gravel go? Oh, because we are doing a gravel run. Well, that's a little different. That's a truck problem, right? Like, in other words, we only have the trucks bringing gravel over to here, so when we sprung them free, they took all the gravel with them. But yeah, let's see. I don't really quite understand what's going on with why we're not getting a full load of gravel. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So anyway, this guy's working on, and he was getting up to around here. So he he did the rails all the way over to here, and now he's working his way around this loop. So once we get, yeah, see this guy's, the other guy that from the same rail station is up to here trying to do this loop. So we don't need this loop to be done for the busing, right? So we need this one to be working. And the only other thing I thought of is I think that we might want to be able to tie these tracks together so that these guys can get in and out of here, because right now once we get a train in here, like let's assume that they're going to go counterclockwise, right? Because that's the way they can get in. It doesn't matter which way they go, but if they were going counterclockwise, they can't get back out if I start putting signals in here. So let's take and build a little bit more rail. Let's see, can we do a nice little thing there? Yep. And this guy, rather than do it over here, what I think I would do is, well, that guy does have a nice go either direction. I'm not sure if that's important. Let's go from like, yeah, not there, like here, and go straight for a second. And then try to bring this guy over, yeah, before he interferes with that guy, right? So we made a bit of a goofy intersection, but we should have enough room to put a signal in here. But then more importantly, now we can get in and out either way, right? So now why? Okay, so now you have a red signal because of that. We're just going to give you a signal here, and a signal here, which is probably overkill. And then let's put, yeah, there's no, yeah, even if they have to go all the way around the loop to get out, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll put a signal here and here, here. About 2 signals, kind of right in the middle. There, so that way, now the only other problem with that is it's sort of, they're interfering with each other a little bit, right? So like a train on this loop might now delay a train on this loop, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, you know what? I really don't like that, actually. Yeah, I think I'd rather have it over here, like this, for that reason, right? Yeah, so let's get rid of, does that make sense? Because, oops. What did I do? You know what, we're just gonna quick purchase that. There you go. Does that make sense? Because like if they were tied together there, yeah, and this, let's get rid of all of that. Right. Yeah, so can you bring you around nicely? There, that'll just be one job that way. Yeah, because I've noticed when we're getting a lot of these little jobs, sometimes it messes up the electrical track laying. All right, so there we go. So are we still doing well? Let's see. Let's go back to the rail construction. Make sure I didn't, yeah, no, we're not doing so well. All right, so okay, that guy's now signed, and that guy was already working. Good. Okay, so how are you doing over here? You are working, and are you back to working? No, so why don't we pick out, well, do we want all, yeah, well, I guess we're going to go for the gusto here, aren't we? Doesn't connect. Okay. Yeah, those are all built. Yeah, we're going to go for the gusto. So, because once we put some people over here, they're going to spread out eventually, right? Are you connected? No. How about you? Yeah. Yeah, you might as well work on those little paths. Yeah, that's not connected. Okay, good. At least they're busy for a minute. Now, another thing I would like to do, and I held off doing it till we're on camera, is this guy's sole assignment in life and the vehicles that he had were really intensive towards paving, right? And this is one of the reasons I end up with so many rollers and excavators and stuff like that. But I'd like to just switch him over to working on these buildings over here in the iron area. And the biggest thing that when I try to assign them is they don't have a mixer. So we have one open haul here. We've got a bunch of dumpers, which I don't necessarily want to change. Why don't we take one of the covered hauls, which we might actually be able to use later or someplace else. I'd try to like to get 2 mixers in here, but maybe. Where's my depot? There's my depot. And then the other thing I might just do is, yeah, this guy has mixers and they're being used. Like mixers are pretty popular. And this guy, yeah, you know what? We're just going to buy 2 new ones. Now what we don't really need here is definitely a bulldozer. So let's send the bulldozer back. Now we might not be able to level if we start to level, but we can always send them back again, right? And then let's come in here. You know what? Do the Americans have a bigger mixer? 14 tons. Mixer. Yeah, this one's 14 tons. Yeah, we're doing a little bit better on our rubles. Yeah, so look, our rubles are already climbing right back up. But dollars is a different story. I'm not overly worried about dollars, but we are using them, so we could probably switch over who's buying what if we need to. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll just get 2 of those. Now, when we go to assign this guy, he can actually get some things done. So, yeah, I don't want to build any of those until all of the conveyors are very steel intensive. Yeah, that guy's being worked on by the other one over there. Why don't we do another processor? There we go. Good. So there we go. So that guy should be able to work on things a little more diligently. And let's come on over to here. Uh-oh. Yeah, what did I do here? Let's I think I don't have the proper chain signaling, which is not surprising considering we're in a construction site, right? Yeah, so that should actually free it up. Yeah, you know what, you know what, can we, the other thing I would do is, let's just try to see if I put some chain signaling there. So that at least if they stop like that, they might stop further back, right? And what they've been working on is this over here. So they're getting, we've got this all electrified all the way around the bend there. And we need to get this little stretch electrified right here. And then we need to get this electrified, but we're getting the tracks laid, and then we can actually start working our way into here finally. Seems like it's been a long time. Okay, so is everybody... We did get our house over here, and the house is now sending to the school, so we should be in good shape. Building is without power supply. Okay, that seems to be a very common occurrence with me. Didn't we put a power supply over here at all? No, I guess we didn't. It's so hard to see those little... Like the substations are invisible. Okay, so this is... All right, yeah, let's make sure we're zoomed out enough. This is only covering to the shopping center, so we need to get another one. Are you covering... Well, I can't tell if they're going to cover many of these houses, but let's assume they're not going to cover these houses here. So we want to get another substation going kind of ASAP here. Fortunately, yeah, I think that, yeah, and I'm going to spin it around. I know you guys can't see, but I can. If I go, no, right there. I think that's pretty good. All right, I'm going to get rid of, let's go back to roads for now. I'm just going to get rid of that. I want to just do a paved road that looks pretty straight, or dirt road, I mean. And then we'll bring this guy in here. And let's get, before I even do anything else, let's get this guy working on the substation. And put him over here and shrink him. Oops, I wanted that. And we might as well do the big power, right? And we're going to come from here. Yeah, I'm not sure it matters. Let's see, can I come over that far? Yes. Do we want to go on the leveled part? I guess so. Yeah, let's stay on the leveled part. We'll stay kind of out of the way where we might put houses. Yeah, will you connect up? That's good enough. All right, so let's commit to that. And then tell that guy. Good. So we should get electric up there, which... Now, just out of curiosity, I did look, and these people are very happy, right? So these guys should be just as happy, but they don't have electricity. So see, so that's definitely bringing down their happiness quite a bit. I'm not sure if it's causing them to escape or not, but I don't doubt that it is. Good. All right. Or I don't doubt that it would. Maybe they're happy enough otherwise, but yeah. So now you guys are getting done that. So let's plan some more electrical tracks, because yeah, this is going to be another one of those. Yeah, this is two-way. Yeah, none of that is electrified. So this is going to be another one of those potential bite the bullet moments as far as... Yeah, so this is electrified. Oops, what am I doing? Now, are you... Now, I want to mess this guy up, aren't I? Yeah, I need to let him get done for a second. Because if I electrify that track, he won't be able to get back. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, but... Like, they won't drive on the track all the time that's not being electrified. You know what the good news is? Yeah, just get past that signal. Okay, good news is he's heading back. And I can also just do the little semi taking advantage of game mechanics so we don't have to wait. Yeah, let's take this from... Right, and this is going to mess up whatever trains wanted to come this way, but... Really? There we go. Now, hopefully they don't conflict head-to-head with a lot of trains. There shouldn't... I mean, trains should have an alternate way around from here, hopefully. There we go. More electrified track. Wonderful. Good. I think that's it. Hopefully I got it all. All right, let's close that. And we'll get those two guys headed out ASAP. Now, how is their... Yeah, kind of killed the... killed the amount of steel there. How is our steel storage here, which is invisible? It's very good. So they should be... Now, how about our electronic components? Yep, we got plenty of them too. Don't have so many mechanical components for some reason. That's kind of weird. All right, I'm not going to worry about it too much. But there we go. Another productive thing starting. We're making our way. We're doing our rounds before we come back to here to see how these guys are doing. Well, I see a train flowing. How about, are you... Oh, we only have one job assigned. Why is that? And which one is that? Is this... What is... Okay, that's that. Okay, so we're not... Pretty sure... Yeah, the other one's new farm loc. Yeah, that one's already assigned. That's fine. I don't care which way they go. Just build stuff and things so that we can get that loop all worked on. We don't have any great jam ups. So I think you guys can get an idea of the problems that it caused building this. So that's one thing that I sat there thinking about, is trying to electrify that track really did cause a lot of problems. Now, we could save up more money, but when it comes to... You know, what do we want to do when it comes to electrifying more of this, right? It's actually a pretty good argument when combined with the, you know, the fact that you would then end up with 4 tracks, which is just going to be better and better and better, right? With, you know, it sort of is a pretty darn good argument for just paralleling another set of tracks, building them electrified. You know, we'll do something like this where we switch traffic over temporarily. And then you can sort of also like separate out which trains go in which direction, maybe, if you're really a good planner. I'm not sure if I'm good enough to do all that, but, and again, especially without waypoints, I don't want to keep harping on that, but And look, this one's got more gravel than it needs, more of everything. So maybe it's just because of canceling. But yeah, see, look, those two trains, when I assigned them, like took like from 80 down to 30, right? So like, I really want to get that gravel up. I think it's really limiting how much track they'll build. And I don't know why that's doing that. Now, let's see. What else? Do we have anything little on the list? We got most of the things on my list done now. I did get a comment about the lumber efficiency. And yeah, I know that like right now we're probably starting to stagnate our lumber production. Why is there not more vehicles? Okay, we haven't lost all our people again. So there, why are you guys not store full? Are we filled up in here? And I just can't, yeah, see. So right now is a good example. And I think this is a little bit extreme probably because the trains, got all backed up. Now, one of the trains just goes over to here and provides wood for the storage. Okay, now what's going on here? So that train's always going to tend to be a little bit backed up, right? Like, 'cause I just don't need that much wood. And the same thing is true of lumber. Like, I'm not worried about it because we got plenty of lumber. And with the price of lumber, let's see what it is these days. It's probably extremely, you got to keep it in mind relative to everything else. While steel is costing us $7,600, steel is one of my baseline prices, and power is 24. We would only get, where's lumber? I lost it. I just had it. There it is. Boards, I mean. That's why I couldn't find it. I keep thinking of it as lumber, but boards. 157, which is really relative to our economy pretty low, right? Now, what are you doing? Oh, you're just, I'm not real thrilled with that. Whenever they stop here, they're going to be stopping traffic. Maybe we'll build a bridge one day. So in other words, the comment was that I should have a open storage here. And while I agree that would certainly not hurt, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of room, and really the big thing is having this helps that like when the wood truck's not there, then the boards truck can still get in and out, right? And it's kind of a natural governor on how much wood we have. I don't really plan on exporting it that much other than, we will export it. And if we're not that efficient with it, we're really not losing that much money or anything. And we're supplying plenty of boards. If you look in here, we got plenty of wood for doing more construction than we could ever shake a stick at, right? So I'm really not that concerned and never was about that. So, but let's see what's going on here. Why are we are waiting for chemicals and we're not building chemicals. Now, why are you sitting here? So were you told to wait? Wait to load. So you're, okay, you know what? We're going to send you on your way. And you know what? You can't wait here any longer in general because you were clogging up the entire works. Now saying these trucks are taking chemicals and dropping them off here, which is in then turn stopping the train from going, which that means we're probably not making electrical components. I thought that when I saw that jam up, I sort of assumed it had to do with the whole fiasco that that was caused by those darn bad planning engineers down there by Old Revergrad. So there we go. I think we'll be good. These guys are taking loads of chemicals and whatever else. Chemsol plant, Chemsol warehouse. Yeah, see, these are coming from the plants. Do we see some smog here shortly, I hope? No workers. Why wouldn't we have? Oh, because they probably got all caught up in the traffic jam, right? Well, there we go. Just one truck sitting on wait. Not so good. Not so good at all. Yeah. So I think that's everything that was on my list, other than I had a suggestion about the fact that the trucks will go directly to the tanks. And I've thought about it. I don't have a big problem with that, other than I live not too far away from, like, I don't know. Anyway, I live not too far away from a place where we have oil tanks. It's like the end of a pipeline here in America, where this pipeline goes all the way from Texas, comes up to refineries in the area. And then there's an area that has like these tank farms, you know, like we call them. I guess that's what they are. And these tank farms are then not too far away. There's another building that looks very similar to this in a lot of ways. It doesn't have train tracks that I'm aware of, but it's definitely a place where, like, you know, the tanker trucks, you kind of get behind them sometimes when they're coming off the highway, especially when they're full, when they're going back to the highway, you know, like it's, you know, they're full of fluid. And this is where they pick up a lot of the fuel from Sunoco. And it looks a lot like this. So I think I want to stick with this, even though I acknowledge that the trucks could go to the tanks. I just feel a little more realistic about it. Now, the other thing that was mentioned is that you can flow, you don't have to have all these separate pipes between the bitumen and the fuel they'll carry too. But that's really one that I feel is like, you know, in a sense, taking advantage of game mechanics. Like, they do flow different materials through pipes, but then you have to put like plugs in the pipe, and then they put like cleaning solution, and especially if you were going to do something like even between like loads of gas, they put this like plug in there that blows through with it. It's like, I think it's just like a liquid plug, but, and then they know when they get to that liquid plug, they filter it out, you know, that type thing. That way the two different types of whatever it is you're flowing don't mix. And the same thing was mentioned for the conveyor. So if you want to take advantage of a situation where you would have coal and iron on the same conveyor, go for it. But I'm not going to, just because I like reality. And it's not that big a deal to build this extra stuff. It's certainly more complicated, and a great suggestion. I'm not picking on the suggestion at all, right? Like, I'm happy for it. But at the same time, I'm just not going to take advantage of that particular game mechanic. So, having said all that, this one got pretty much fully designed, but if you remember, if you watched that episode and remember, we still had lumber in here, which I think we still do. So let's go get this frantic guy and stop him from running back and forth. So we'll go to his unload place and tell him to wait, and let's send him back to the unload place. And I don't think, well, let's see what happens. No, you know what? Let's just send him back to the depot. Maybe we'll give him a whole new assignment one day. I don't want to break him when we go and delete this right here. All right, so now, and another thing I didn't think of, and I want to, well, I thought of it, but not during the episode. You know, I'm just going to use the regular old bulldozer tool. There we go. Just make sure you don't delete through things. And be real careful. There we go. One of the things I definitely want to do, and I don't think it matters, is I want this to be the bitumen side, and I'm hoping I did this right. I didn't actually check. No, of course I did it, quote, not right. What I want to do is, why not take, like, I can get the bitumen right into here, right? But I have the pipe on the wrong side. So let's go ahead and, yeah, I guess we'll have to use the demolish. Well, no, I could select it, but demolish. Demolish tool works fine. Just hit escape before you click on this thing, and then you won't delete anything behind it. All right, so let's see if we can get this guy. Nope, it would go, yeah, like this, right? But that means our road is on the opposite side now. You know what? I'm gonna just, oh, I can't. Let's just level what I can, just so we can get that road in now. Again, we're gonna use the actual, no, I didn't want to build you right there. Okay. Yeah, so see this way, no, you know what? That's still not right, is it? No, it would go like this. Oh, that's good. That makes it a little better. Yeah, you know what? Let me go this way just to, so I can see. Yeah, let's line these up like that. There we go. All right, so now fuel will get dropped off here. Not fuel, bitumen will get dropped off. So we have to remember to make that the bitumen tank. And then that will go to there. And then this guy can come up here. Yeah, you know what, let's go a little bit closer. 2, 3, just because I think 3 looks good. Now, can we get you to go across and look? Yeah, I don't know that I like that, but yeah, 3 is a little bit much there, isn't it? Let's undo it, even though we have to undo the whole entire pipe. Yeah, let's see, can we come out this way? No. Let's go do what we did again. Let's start out here so we can see. Out there. Let's just do, oops. Let's do 1, 2. No, I messed that up again. All right, 3rd time's the charm, right? Isn't that what they say? Not sure if it's true, but let's go. I did like the angle I had because I could see we were building straight. Yeah, so what we want to do is go like to here. 1, 2. Yep, put a pipe there. There, and then there. Yeah, even though there's no support right there, I think I like that. All right, so that commits to all of those. So is that, yeah, that's rehooked up. Now, the other thing I understand about this too is that it's not going, like we don't have any transfer pumps. So these are, it's not going to be the most efficient system. So now this guy, yeah, why don't we, yeah, I would think that if we ever wanted fluid to come out, it would go this way, right? So that sort of looks even. Let's try to make it a little bit even with that other one. Right? Yeah, that looks pretty square. So in other words, like if we're ever going to take fuel off some other way, it'd probably come out here. I don't think it really makes that much difference, but let's take a look. Did I just mess up our roads? No. As a matter of fact, let's take, we're just going to do a dirt road. Yeah, we're going to take a dirt road to about here. Can I get that guy to go? Yes, very nice. Good call. All right, and this one can go there. And then this guy can go here. Yeah, I think that's, you know, we'll get a train up into here. Now, another thing I didn't, oops. Another, wrong one again. Yeah, let's commit to those pipes. There we go. So we now have the other possibility for that. Now, before we start firing this up, yeah, see, we don't have that much steel. Now, this is going to be the last place to get steel in the big loop, which is good and bad. Oh, what are we doing now? We have a red signal there. You know what? We could use another. Let's do another set of signals in the middle. Yeah, so why are we all stopped up? Oh yeah, this is not the first time. Yeah. You know what? We should have just, oh, there he goes. Yeah. Yeah, so these guys don't have a crisscross is the problem. Yeah, so let's just leave one of those assigned. We don't want to use up too much steel from down here anyway. But we also don't want the whole entire, yeah, there goes the steel train. So how are we doing? See, one of the problems with that is we're actually doing well enough with steel. We weren't backed up too long, I don't think. But we're definitely doing better with steel. I think we've got a little bit better flow of people up here. Now we look and they have 2, right? So, I mean, but there's just not much you can do with these buses, and probably not much you can do with the trains either when they get jammed up. So I'm hoping that electric trains not having to refuel will be a good thing that keeps us in shape, you know? All right, so you guys aren't working on anything, and I'm just kind of keeping these guys busy just because they had like roads to pave that weren't particularly steel intensive. All right, so now source of gravel is empty. Well, yeah, that's probably on its way, I hope. Yeah, unfinished factory connection. So I got this rail yard built, and let's just assign this guy. Can we? Yeah, he's already assigned to that. Yeah, so that means that, you know, oh, you know what we need? Let's get him to build this substation too. That will be necessary for the farm, and then we'll have to get fuel over here at some point. But what is it? Oh, you know what? You are the fuel truck, but you're not dropping off because there's no power. Well, at least you're not staying there forever. Good. So we're getting in shape, you know, when it comes to this farm. We're making some vodka. Let's take a look at our finances before we end the episode. Well, let's do this one thing first. Let's make sure these guys, yeah, they're both assigned things, so making a little bit of progress. Again, I wish I knew that our little fix here didn't seem to work, so I don't know why we're only holding 2.8. I tried to up these a little bit. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me what's going on there now. And just so you know, it's not that the gravel percentage is lower. See, we got plenty of gravel over here. You know what? Why are we saying gravel is low? Source of gravel is empty. You know what? Why don't you go over here and get your gravel from now on anyway? All right. Did I put this guy on that already? No. Right, this is, oh no, you know what, maybe they were. Is this unloading or loading? Loading. Yeah, let's change that again. Yeah, I thought I'd already changed these, but yeah, let's send them to the loading thing, right? Wrong one. Doesn't really matter, but why not? Since we build it. Okay, there we go. So we are in pretty good shape. Let's take a look at our finances now that they're going up and just see what we're spending our money on, and then maybe that'll change what we do in the beginning of the next episode. So, yeah, we're Western countries. We're buying a lot of food, which doesn't surprise me. You know what? We were purchasing chemicals. Look at that. 3 tons of chemicals cost us 200. So where were we purchasing chemicals? Because we wouldn't have purchased them there. No chemical purchases there. Let's see. We have these electronics factories, right? Not purchasing chemicals. No. Who else? Oh, you know what? I know where. Yeah, you know what? Let's, I bet you I know where. Chemicals. Yep, right there. So let's go here. Clear that out. So if you don't get chemicals on your own, you don't get chemicals, right? Good. But at least we're not going to spend 200 grand on chemicals for some clothing. All right, good. So food and coal, well, that's okay. Coal means power, means probably profit. Yeah, we need to get our meat industry improved, but now we have moose cow. I'm going to laugh for the next month every time I say that. Thank you, Radomir, in any event. Yeah, we got to get our alcohol going better. And But we're working on that, all those things. So hopefully, yeah, you know what? Our big loss there was these chemicals. Yeah, and look how we were importing chemicals for a while. So hopefully, is the chemicals... Yeah, we got chemicals in here now. So I think it was that little fiasco that I thought was part of our problem. Yeah, this is all cleared up now. Very good. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that that's not a problem anymore. That's why it's good to look at these things, right? Let's do a little bit of... Yeah, what are we importing from the Soviet bloc? Yeah, a lot of food, clothes, which makes some sense. We're just not making enough clothes, but we've got a new clothing area, some alcohol, some meat. Yeah, all the things we know about, nothing surprising. And we are theoretically working on them all. So let's go end the episode by taking a quick look at how we're doing towards the clothing. This whole area is done, ready to go. Are you guys... Oh yeah, look at you. So we're slowly, I'm plugging away at... Yeah, you still have 54, 40... I'm just giving these guys one job at a time. Hopefully we don't deplete all the steel in the world, right? There we go. So we'll give you guys another processing. But we have both of these coal mines ready to go. And we just need to get in here and get the rails done. And it's just sort of a slow process. Oh, look at you. You're getting up to that bridge almost. Very good. And this guy... Yep, he still should be working, I hope. Do you still have assignments? Yep. Do you still have assignments? Yep. And did we get that one little section of road that's been annoying me done? Oh, we got a lot of them done. So let's see. Let's see what you can do. Yay. Yeah, we should be able to assign that and that. Yeah, I think all the other roads are built in this area, right? Or at least assigned. Good. And then once we get that done, we can, you know, assign this guy to get more of these things done. And it's a hospital. I'm not too worried about the hospital. Yeah, and then we'll have to electrify all this track, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do in between episodes, but I will probably be doing a lot of this. Just going around and looking and seeing how people are doing. You know, how's this guy doing? Yep, he's done. So that means we got... Oops, what is going on here? A little bit weird the way things happen. Uh-oh, building's on fire. There we go. Yeah, why doesn't it... Like, how did they get... I don't know, whatever. Not going to worry about it. All right, very good. Well, we're over time a little tiny bit. 1 hour has been my general goal. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And I will talk to you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.